Hi again, this is Andy from Finlingo, and we're looking at the CFA Total Recall app today, and we're going to be using it to answer the time-weighted rate of return equation. That's a tongue twister if ever there was one. So let's get straight down to it. It's in reading 52. I'm going to use my phone, stop going for the screen. So reading 52, all the way. Oh, look at all these readings. Portfolio risk and return part 1. And we go down a little bit down in there to time-weighted rate of return. Sorry, there's a bit of a boring icon, this one, but you know, a sandglass, it's okay. Now, time-weighted rate of return is the standard way of measuring asset managers in the asset management industry. There is money-weighted rate of return. It's kind of evil twin, but that's for another video. This is the standard way of doing things. Now, what we do with this is we treat each year as an entirely separate universe. So in the first universe, the first year, we get into a position at the end, we mark to market as if we were to get out with any dividends or coupons we might have accumulated. Then we work out a holding period return. And then we get into the second year, we go into it, mark to market, as if we had nothing in it, and then we were to get into the same position. Then at the end of the year, we get out completely and we have any dividends, and so on for a number of years. Now, most CFA questions are usually over 2 years. They're quite simple, 1 or 2 shares with a fixed dividend, because it's quite complicated and there's quite a lot to do in only the 90-second average. And I'm going to struggle to get this done in 5 minutes while talking to you and explaining it. Now, once we have all our holding period returns as if we were in different universes each time, we can then take a geometric average of each of the holding period returns to get an average time-weighted return for the full period. So that's the kind of theory. Now, if you want to know more, there's a video linked to at the end of this one, which it'll be me explaining in depth how time-weighted rate of return works. So let's get straight into this. So in the kingdom of Atholor Vodland, Lexi Harrison, she buys a share for 115, and then at the end of the year, she could have sold it for 122. She's also picked up a £24 share dividend on that one share. Now, at the start of the second year, she buys another share, so that takes us to 2 shares for 122 each. And at the end of the year, she sells both of those for 131 each, and she gets 2 dividends of £24. So we have all the information we need to answer the question. So let's do this as quick as I can before my 5 minutes runs out. So let's do the first part. So she could have sold the share at the end of the first year for 122. She gets a dividend of 24. Okay, and then we divide that by what she spent to get into the position, which at the start of that year was 115. And we're going to store that in 1. Now, we could take 1 off, but we need it later for the geometric return, so let's just leave it there. And then at the end of the second year, she could have offloaded both shares for 131, so that's times 2, plus she got 2 dividends of 24. Now, I know it's 48, but let's just do it properly. So that's 2 times 24. Okay, so that's her outgoing at the end of that universal year, and then we divide that by the start of the year. So let's divide that by 2 times 122, sorry. Feeling a bit of exam pressure there, trying to do it in time. And that takes us to 127, so that's 27%-ish. Now let's get the geometric average of that. So we multiply that by the first one, and then we take a square root of that because it's 2 years. Then we take 1 off, geometric average again. Now we multiply by 100. That gives us a percentage of 27.003. What we got there? I think it's A. Is it A? Whoa, cross fingers. Let's press A. Yes! So there we are. There's all the help we might need. There is help there as well if we want to see the help. So there we have it. That is the time-weighted rate of return on the CFA Total Recall app. From Finlingo. My name's Andy Duncan. I managed to get in the 5 minutes. I'll see you next time.